Right, so this is just a follow-up to the first Mirage video because I missed some stuff. Most of this is going to be really niche, so you don't have to watch this one if you can't be asked. Although everyone should know this first one. 128 tick CT smoke. Jam yourself in front of the railing right in the centre. Smoke out. You can see a dark patch here, then becomes a light patch. Put your crosshair on the turning point. Aim a tiny bit into the right like this. Jump bind even. As you can see, it's going to leave a slight gap here if they walk all the way out, but every CT smoke has that vulnerability. And you see this one's very good for not leaving a gap here. Because of the way smoke shift in form, as this one is maybe 5 seconds from fading, it sometimes produces a gap. It didn't that time, which is good, but it sometimes produces a gap here very late. And it's always going to leave a gap here to someone who comes right out to the edge, but you'll be able to see them as well, and no CT smoke can get the best of both worlds, so that's about as good as you can do on 128 tick. As showed in the first video, you can smoke like this if the A execute fails and you're all bunched up in Tetris and you need to redo smokes, if you've got one spare. And you can do stairs from here as well. Jam yourself into here. Look at this brown dot. I aim in the centre or the slight lean to the right. Well, aiming in the centre is probably fine. And then jump bind. And you get this bounce. And the way it bounces over here is kind of random, but it'll always land on stairs. And obviously a stair smoke, doesn't matter which part of stairs it lands on. As long as it lands there, it's going to be perfect. As a CT, if you're on a pop flash site, you stand where the shadow becomes light. Look at this, now drag it till it's in front of you, left click. This is especially good when the stair smoke is up, because as you can see, it's going to be a full pop flash, it's going to pop inside the smoke. And this is better than throwing one like that. Because, as you can see, that one, because it comes down, it hangs a lot longer in the air, so it's less poppy. But of course, this is still better than nothing, and it's a lot quicker to throw this one. If you ever need to pop flash, well, it's not really pop flash, but flash mid for a teammate, you can chuck one over like that. That'll do. Even a triple box player can do it by doing a running jump bind. Something like that. Even if you're here, you can probably get away with one. Running jump bind. Yeah, I think all of those will do a job. If you ever need to come up mid, you can just bank a flash like this. Although most pros tend to just chuck one high and behind like this, so it pops behind so the teammates don't have to dodge, and it'll get people playing all sorts of mid angles because it's so far it's not really pop flash, but that's not kind of what it's there to do. If it scares them enough to make them turn away and you get out mid safe, that's more than enough. You're not throwing that flash in order to get an aggressive kill. You're throwing it to safely enter mid. One more way of smoking top con. Stand here, crouch, walk until you hit like the brown bit. 1, 2, 3, go. That'll probably work. But yeah, to be honest, that's kind of obsolete now that I throw this one. Although this one's obviously a little bit risky because someone can push you mid and see you very quickly.
I'm throwing smoke.
If you ever in a post plant, I think this one actually is useful. Ever in a post plant, you can smoke CT from here. There are 2 different angles you can get yourself caught in here. One here, one here. I believe the one you want is here. And then you just aim at the very edge of this top brown bit of wood. Perfect, and it pops really quickly as well, which is nice. If you're ever in CT, jam yourself into here. Look at this diagonal line, aim more than halfway up it, so maybe here. That's a sight flash. Or if you don't have time for that, it needs to be a quick retake, you just do a back pedal flash like that. That'll do. If you're ever under wood, you can shoot through here, or wall bang here. Likewise, the same can be done from the other side. Molly off here. Obviously you'd rather your teammate did it from there, but if they died or something, here or an HE. If you ever want to smoke, I saw Fallen do this. Shift walking up here, aiming about the height of this second log. Throw it really at any point, and you don't have to dodge it. And that will get stairs, it will get the con player, it will get the jungle player. Really good flash that. And again, if the stairs smoke is up, it becomes a pop flash. Like that. Because they can't see it, the smoke blocks it off. Must be all sorts of the game. Oh yeah. Start of rounds, make sure that if you're a B player, you pop this for your mate. If I can hit the short jump. Not today, brilliant. What the? No, I'm lagging. Bloody hell, that's awful. Alright, there we go. You do this at the start of rounds, especially as an AWPer. Gratis Faction does this all the time. Oh my god, I can't. The movement's so shit there. What the fuck? Alright, fuck it. It's taking too long. So you jump up here, get the first AWP hit, and then you run over here, jam yourself in here, look a little bit above the back line. And that's just a left click, so that gives you a nice flash into mid. Another way to flash mid, you just run to here, aim about your head height, jump by just before you hit the wall, and you get the same thing. So if I try and get it to work now. Ugh, why are my movements so shite? There you go. First hit. Second. And then flash for your connected player to peek. And then you back on peek. If for whatever reason you need to get to short quickly, it's actually quicker to do the short jump and post than it is to run through market and post. But obviously you've got to make sure you can do the short jump, which, you know, on a normal day I tend to hit maybe like 70% of the time, but today I'm pretty shit. Once you're in underpass, you connect these two, imagine a line, and then once you're about halfway through, right click. Probably need a little bit more oomph on that, in which case lean a little bit more towards the closer one. That's more like it. Now pop flash under. I see, I think was it Stewie or something did this with a Zeus once on an eco. Bloody smokes. You can, this is a, I don't think I've ever thrown this in a game, but if you ever need to smoke CT from Palace, there's a really hard one where you run and you try and bounce it off this big rectangle. That's not going to work. See, look, sometimes it gets caught like that, even though you threw it perfectly. That's it. So when it works, it gets CT, but very hard to throw. Last but not least, you can do, and there are all sorts of like one ways you can throw from here, but at this level, you know, we clock it when the enemies do it, they'll clock it when we do it. You know, you can tell when a smoke has been thrown by the CT, and then you can start spamming either this side or this side, and they will be standing on one of these sides using their one way. If you ever need to flash your way back into mid, jam yourself into this corner, look at the height of this wood, drag it across, maybe go a little bit lower, and then left click. Like that. Obviously they only see it once it goes from here to here. Or you can just freehand one. If you ever want to smoke B apps from short, jam yourself in here. Look at the bottom of this broken like worn-off paint. Then drag it to your halfway inside the window, left click, and that does fully cover it. Doesn't look like it. You can flash apps by bouncing one off the van. Don't really use that one much. If you're a B player, you can boost here and look into apps. That's kind of a niche one. I've seen pros do that with an auto sniper on the final round of the half. Right, here's one that I'm surprised people didn't actually know about, but it's really hard to get the kind of like the aim right. You can't come at it from the side. You've got to come at it like this, and you can basically just run up it, and then you can jump on. And this is great for a for an AWP. You get the first hit, and then you can do kind of like hold one of these simple angles. We like to hold these aggressive AWP angles, or with Krieg or AUG. I find when I'm not using a scoped weapon, it's kind of awkward to see people. But that's like honestly an amazing spot, because they can. I don't know if they actually can see you from here, but I've never spotted someone from here, and I've died plenty of times to it. So you're almost, as long as you haven't got shit reaction time, you're almost guaranteed enough time to get a body spray, 4 hits kill on anyone rushing through there. And then once that's done, if you're panicking, you just chuck a molly down the truck. But once you're up here, after you get the spray down kill, you can actually just look here, look kind of halfway up the tarpaulin, left click, and then fall off. And if you do that, you'll get a lovely one that bounces just on the balcony. If you're ever playing balcony, the right way to do a pop flash, don't do one like this, because you're just giving the T's more time to dodge the flash. You stand right in the corner, you jump up here, right in the corner, and you look at this 90-degree angle, and you put your crosshair right on the middle point. It's really easy to get a nice big spray down there. Or even better, you pair that up with the flash I showed earlier that your mate does for you, and then you just peek with it. So flash, just peek, get loads of kills. If there's a smoke down axe, you can do, depending on how your strafing is, yeah, mine's fucking shite, you can usually strafe in apps like that, and you can just bounce back and forth like this, you get the first kill, and you fall straight out, and well, hopefully flash into that. Oh my god, so shit. Something like that, and then run away. I talked about mollying van, mollying bench. You can also molly get right by chucking one off here. Get right there. Although it's kind of hard to get all the way down there. But another good use of the molly is, I'd only do this if you've paired it up with this smoke I showed earlier. This one, which blocks off vision from kitchen window, because you don't want to face this for longer than you have to if it's open. Basically, if you face this, you can just drop the molly down like that, or if you feel like you're getting the distance wrong, chuck it off the wall like this, and then you'll never miss it. And that'll just get back left, which is a really common camping spot.